Hey everyone, James with tfbtv. I'm here at Thunder Ranch. I've got a couple of AKs in front of me. These are the Gen 1 and Gen 2. I'll call it, that's my words. Gen 1, Gen 2, Thunder Ranch AK. I want to cut straight to the chase before we talk about specs and everything else. I know you guys are tight with Century. I like the people at Century, and I like some of the guns that they bring in. Their AKs, frankly, have a terrible reputation. So I think myself and a lot of people out there were really surprised to see Thunder Ranch partner. Now, of course, you guys have your Rifle Dynamics AK, which
Sure.
is effing amazing, which I love. But I think that a lot of people were surprised when you decided to partner up with Century to do the Thunder Ranch AK. So let's talk about that right out of the gate, please.
Awesome.
Why?
Awesome. So first of all, some people are surprised that I'm still alive. Okay.
Myself included.
Yeah, I'm kind of. So I had long conversations with them, and I know their rep on it. Okay, as far as people like going and to be honest with you, when I got the first gun, I broke the first gun. I mean, like the wood splintered and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't nothing mechanical. This gun works. This was the first one. This is what we call sort of a Gen 1, for lack of better terminology. It had the wood, okay, and had the red grip. And people go like they went ape shit over that, and I kind of go like, well, here's the thought: if there are 20 AKs on the wall, one of them's got a red grip. Guess which one people are going to look at? But that's not what it was about. I just wanted a red one because it was cool. It makes people nuts. The rifle worked good. This is my personal rifle. I've shot this rifle a lot. I let students shoot it, and same thing. Good ammo, good mags, no problem. And it's a first generation. It was like, we looked at it, okay, it doesn't have a bolt lock back on it, does have the lever, got the nice paddle, whatever. And so, yeah, it's personally, I think if I was going to mount it like I did on this, I changed this gun myself. And I put the sling mount there because I think it's a better place for an AK, but that's just my opinion, and it has a lot to do with the hump and the cover and all that. But I got it. People were surprised, but I also got to tell you, we've had really good luck with them, and they've been happy with it. Century, came and talked to myself and Jack, and a lot of you know Jack already, but Jack is the senior instructor and operations officer here with and for me, so we work together. We don't, he doesn't work for me, okay? So we do stuff together. So we gave Jack sort of like an open-end leash. I gave him my commentary, he had his commentary, and so the Gen 2 came out, and they murdered it, man. I mean, first day, I think they sold 300 rifles, first day, okay? And then they continue to do really well. And on this one, I got the social commentary, it doesn't, I got it, okay? This one, contrary to popular belief, I've actually gotten emails from people who go like, now I finally bought a rifle, I take it out of the box, put a light on it, it's ready to go. So I'll let Jack explain the second gen gun to you so you kind of get an idea.
Before we go on the features, we've heard all the commentary on the internet and stuff like that, and I take that to heart. When we did the Gen 1, I tried to break the gun. Like legitimately, Clint handed me a box of magazines, and I took that, and we were in the initial testing of the Rifle Dynamics rifle at that time to make sure everything was going to be viable. And I took them out, and I shot it and got it so hot it cracked the wooden cover, and it freaking fell apart. I mean, legitimately tried to break it, and I couldn't break it.
Ran over it, threw it off shit.
Yeah, we did all kinds of stuff with it, and it held up. And much to my own surprise, I was like, okay, this is something we can stand behind. And I've yet to hear of anything coming back from Century on that. Like, we stay in contact with them. Hey, are there any problems? I have not heard of one coming back. Clint and I talked about this Gen 2 and what we would like to see in it. And Chris Zupan, one of our other staff guys, we kind of put our heads together and said, hey, what would we want out of the box on the Gen 2? It's really huge for us. If you look across the spectrum of Thunder Ranch rifles, we want something that you can mount an optic to out of the box and something that you can mount a light to out of the box. So without adding anything on, except you got to put a chunk of rail on there. So this one, we like green. Green's pretty rad. So again, out of the box, it's got a flash hider. It's got iron sights that you can use. It's got the Magpul forend, so you can put a pick rail or however you want to mount a light to it. It's got an Ultimac rail here, so you can throw an optic on it, which everybody's going to do anyhow. Extended paddle release. It's nice. It's not too extended or obtrusive. And then we have the side rail as well for people that want to mount more traditional AK style stuff. and then the ability to have a 2-point sling again out of the box, and then modularity in the back end of the gun, as well as a bolt hold open feature just to lock it back, and an extended safety. So this one is a bolt forged trunnion. We like forged trunnions. We think that that's probably the way that most people, look at the guns. They want.
There was an issue in the past when we talked about people not liking something. I think some of the or early guns or other guns.
The early century non-Thunder Ranch guns had some issues.
And that's really where this all stems from. And I hate to interrupt, but I mean, that really is like, for purposes of our discussion today, there is a lot of mistrust with Century, with their AKs, mainly because of the early Century AKs. Trunnions are really, really, really important in an AK. Rivets and trunnions. If you have shit rivets, if you have shit trunnions, the gun is gonna suck. So what's the deal with this one?
So it's got a forged trunnion, which is awesome. Right. If you look at the quality of the rivets, they all seem to be circumferential or properly installed and everything. The metallurgy is supposed to be there as designed. So we had an event last year with Century. They came out and brought some influencers, and if you know us, we don't give a shit about influencers.
Right.
Like, we don't care.
Right.
We want
like
the
you,
gun
James,
to
but
run.
nah.
Yeah, I mean, you are an exception.
Sort of.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We want the guns to run. We want people
Right.
to have the trust in the guns. And we shot around 10,000 rounds, and we had 0 problems until the very last round fired. Somebody had a casing that sheared in half. So I would relate that to
Ammo
more of an
issue.
ammo
Yeah,
issue than
still,
anything.
yeah.
The guns ran perfectly. Can there be a lemon in there? Sure, I guess there could be.
You could
Have
send,
you,
you
I
send
had
us
a-
one that doesn't work, but don't send us 3 that don't work.
Right.
And these people are our friends. They like, hey man, your gun doesn't work. Fix this stuff. I bought a Dodge pickup several years ago, and from the factory, I tried to engage 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive didn't work. Had to send it back. Right. So can there be an outlier? Yeah, here and there, maybe. But I've yet to hear of any of these that have had problems.
Right.
So maybe and I don't know historically what Century did. I don't really care. I know that this one works. I don't care what anybody else does. This one works.
I think too, James, in your world and you do influence people. Yeah, it's okay. I know you don't care for it all the time, but you do. So the deal with it is I think it's easy for people to part ways with you, like when they just go, oh, that piece of shit doesn't work. Okay, well, great. I got it. A lot of stuff breaks. Man, the space shuttle broke twice. Okay, that was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
All right, so to regain people, I absolutely get it. It's easy to throw someone in a hole. It's hard for people to get out of a hole.
Oh, yeah.
And so, all we can do is go okay, great. We want to make a better product. And I think this is, like I said, Gen 1. And, I think it's appropriate that I mention because, the guy who owned US Palm, Rob Anderson, he was a real big push on this, okay, and helped us get through Red Grip and all. And then now, this is where, Rob is busy doing 95 other things, and Jack and I worked on this one, mostly with Jack, and I just go, what we want. I want a gun under $1,000. I want a gun that works. I want a gun that when I take it out of the box, it doesn't matter what optic I put on it. Whoever bought the gun's going to take the optic off and put another optic on it, so don't put an optic on it. If somebody's going to complain about the light, well, I'm not paying $300 for a light. Great, no problem. Give them the rail, put on what you want, and I need the gun to work.
And this is going to cost less than $1,000. I mean, obviously, it's not going to have the optic, it's not going to have the light,
Right.
but we're talking
Yeah, it's
$1,000.
coming. I just looked it up before
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it was $9.99.
Yeah.
So
But that's what I
I think
remembered
the
in my head.
value out of the box is there.
Right.
And dude, is it a $3,000 gun? No. If you want that, those
Yeah.
exist. Buy it. If you want a gun that'll get you going and can be reliable and be a good training platform for you and learn how the system works, awesome. You can upgrade it as you need or see fit.
Dude, that's not bad. Did you get that? I was just shooting at the 12-inch gong 200 yards away, and I think I just hit it more times than I missed it with an aim point. I'm surprised. I was not actually expecting to make contact with that, so that's pretty cool.
Here's the thought. Why don't we give it at least a fighting chance? Open the dust cover, put grease on the bitch, because that's the way it's designed to work. Get me a good magazine and good ammo. If it don't work, then I got it. Okay, then go buy a $3,000, whatever the hell it is you want to buy. I mean, dude, we saw $4,000 shotguns.
Yep.
How can you make a shotgun $4,000? You know, that bitch better go in the room, hunt them, skin them, gut them, and bring them out for $4,000. Okay, I used to throw the gun in the room. But, yeah. So, anyways, I would say collectively, Jack and I are pleased with this.
Yep.
And I get it. But I think, you know, if you get an opportunity, rather than just spending $9.99 or whatever it is, if you see somebody that's got one, you know, shoot a couple magazines through it. You know, trust is a very hard thing to earn. I know when I first met you, you were a dick about Century. Mm-hmm. You go like,
I still am.
I know, I get it.
Yeah,
and I kind of go, okay, great. At least go and shoot this and just take a look at it. We're happy with it. I think it solves a lot of problems for first buyers. You know, it has the ability to optic, light, you know, the whole thing. So is it perfect? I don't know. That maybe 5 years from now, I'll be really old, and Jack will be able to answer that.
You'll be really old 5 years from now?
Yeah, well, really old now,
5
but
years.
like, he was just being a dick again, so like, there you go. Anyways,
And people say a lot of things like, "Hey, you guys, you know, you sold out, whatever."
Yeah.
Dude, I make zero freaking dollars.
yeah, so we push a wheelbarrow full of money to the bank every Monday morning.
Yeah,
Right.
This is us trying to make the industry a little bit better, give people something that's good. And if you don't want one, don't freaking buy one.
How do you know that these guns are reliable? How do you know that these guns aren't going to fall apart based on what you've learned about them as you've used them?
Okay, so how do you know that a Surefire light, the battery's going to last for 10,000 hours? Who the hell sat around and watched the battery for 10,000 hours? That said, answering your question directly, we've shot the gun a lot. We like the gun, it works, it hasn't given us any issues at all. We had no, like on the first gun, we were straight up, man. The forearm busted on the thing, hence we don't have that kind of forearm no more.
Yeah.
Century Arms is not trying to piss off everyone they sell a gun to. I mean, when you talk on this, you're not trying to piss everyone off, you're trying to give them information. Do you piss people off? Oh yeah. Okay, you and I have done that collectively. You know, I hate your guts, your wife's a bitch. Okay, like you know, for marrying you, like, and all the other.
Sure.
Yeah, but I'd say as a fair statement, we've done the best we can on our homework and or our practical application, rather than just sit around with a piece of pencil and paper and a napkin and a bar being drunk and writing down shit. This is the best we can make it right now. If someone can come up with a better idea to improve the gun, we're open to that. You know, why it should be a side.
And you have a rifle dynamics, a more expensive version that, you know, look, oh man, screw Century, so it's like, okay, I can spend $3,000 or whatever and get like
also buy a $4,000 shotgun.
I've known you guys for years, and of course, Clint, I've known you by reputation for longer than that. As people that are watching this, they know you, they know of your reputation. There's some trust there, and if you are telling me, and Jack too, I mean, of course, in the time I've gotten to know Jack, you see a lot of shit break here at the ranch. And by the way, you've got the best Instagram account, I think, because you have that, you know, you post pictures, shit breaks on the range, which happens all the time. And, you know, you post pictures, you're a stickler. You are a stickler. Yeah. So, which I think is great. So for you to say, I trust this gun to work, I trust this gun to run, for you to say it, I believe it. I wanted to make this video so you guys could kind of talk about this, because it has been controversial. You know, it has been controversial. So I wanted you guys to be able to fairly state your piece. And who knows, maybe I'll buy one of these motherfuckers and give it a shot myself.
Maybe the deal with it is like while you're here with this, you can shoot it. And you know,
sure. Don't threaten me with a good time.
No. We have done the best we could do without actually building the guns ourselves. Yeah. There's no way that you're going to convince everyone someone's still going to go up a shot. Mm-hmm. But I remember when Glocks came out and people go, yeah, that's a gun for a stupid person. Well, then why is it the best-selling gun in America? Okay, you know? So it could be that force thing. Stupid is, stupid does. So we tried not to do stupid. Mm-hmm. Okay, and this is the best we could make it. And you know, when I say we make it, I mean we gave our input, and they built the guns, and there's a conscious effort, I believe, on their part to have something be good. So,
and to be fair, on paper, I look at this. You guys do have it rigged out perfectly. I mean, in terms of what you would need, this is plug in your sling, plug in your optic, plug in your light, and you're done. So I think it's well executed from that standpoint. I think, like we talked about, there's maybe some trust issues with Century, but assuming that people watch this, they take what you say at face value, at least we know the configuration is going to be really good, and it'll, according to you guys, it'll last. It'll last. So we'll see. I will ask for one. I'll shoot one in the range today. We'll probably have some fun little B-roll in here in the video, and we'll go from there. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Stay
Thank you,
tuned.
guys.
We'll bring you more from Thunder Ranch.